Hey everyone, today we're diving into a combination that is an absolute game changer for e-commerce, pairing Shopify's beast of a backend with the insane speed of a Next.js front end. If you're a developer looking to get a serious edge, you're going to want to stick around for this.
But first, let's kick things off with a question. In the super crowded, super competitive world of online shopping, what's the one thing that's quietly killing your sales before a customer even sees a single product? It's not your ads, it's not your prices, it's speed. Or really, the lack of it.
Okay, get this. This one number says it all. For every 100 millisecond delay, and I mean that's literally the blink of an eye, you lose 1% of your sales. It's just that simple. In e-commerce, performance isn't just some nice-to-have feature. It's a direct pipeline to your revenue. And that leads us straight to the core problem, the high cost of being slow. We're about to see why even the most popular all-in-one platforms can secretly be holding businesses back from what they could really achieve.
It's a brutal domino effect, really. Your site is slow, so users get frustrated, and poof, they bounce. They don't wait around, they just click away to a faster competitor. And guess who's watching all of this? Google. And Google hates slow sites. So it pushes you down in the search rankings until you're practically invisible. It's a nasty cycle that always ends the same way, with fewer customers and fewer sales.
So how big is this problem really? Well, the average Shopify store scores around 60% on mobile performance. That's okay, I guess, but it's a long way from great. The goal, where you need to be to actually compete and win, is up here at 90% or higher. Now, for a developer, that gap between average and excellent isn't a problem. It's a massive opportunity.
So, how do we close that gap? How do we get from 60 to 90 plus? The answer is a pretty slick architectural approach called headless commerce. The best way to think about it is you're separating the brains of the operation from its beautiful face. So what does headless actually mean? Well, in this setup, the front end, the head that your customers see and interact with, is completely cut loose from the back-end commerce engine, the body. They become two totally separate systems that just talk to each other through APIs.
And this right here just nails the difference. On the left, you've got the traditional way, where everything is all bundled together. It works, but it can be really rigid. But on the right, with headless, oh man, the front end is its own universe. It gives you total, complete freedom to build whatever you want, however you want, using the absolute best tech for the job.
And this is where our performance power couple enters the scene. We're combining Shopify for its world-class, rock-solid backend with Next.js for its mastery of building incredibly fast, optimized front-end experiences.
Look at this perfect division of labor. Shopify, the body, handles all the heavy lifting it's famous for. Products, inventory, payments, orders, all that crucial stuff. It's the engine. Meanwhile, Next.js, the head, gets to focus entirely on the customer. The UI, the custom design, and most importantly, delivering that blazing fast performance and top-tier SEO.
Okay, I know you might be thinking, this sounds powerful, but man, it sounds complicated. Well, let's demystify it a little. We can actually break the basic setup into 4 key phases just to get the whole thing rolling.
So here's the high-level roadmap. First, you get started inside a Shopify partner account. Next, you install Shopify's official headless theme, which basically just tells Shopify, hey, don't worry about the storefront, I got this. Third, you add the headless sales channel app. And finally, you generate your storefront API token. That token is the magic key that lets your Next.js front end talk securely to your Shopify backend.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? You get to use everything that makes Shopify's backend so amazing without being trapped by the performance limits of its traditional front end. Best of both worlds.
So, we've talked about the problem and we've talked about the solution. But does it actually deliver? What's the real payoff for going through all this? Well, seeing is believing, so let's look at the proof.
To show you what's possible, we're looking at a specific open-source example. This is the Next.js Commerce template, built by the folks at Versal. It's a production-ready starter kit designed specifically for this exact architecture.
And there it is, the result. A perfect 100% mobile performance score from Google PageSpeed Insights. Not 90, not 95, 100. And that's not just a vanity metric. That means nearly instant load times, a flawless user experience, and the biggest possible seal of approval from Google's search algorithm.
And this isn't some niche experimental thing. It's a movement. Among the world's top 1 million websites, over 100,000 of them are already built on Next.js, and that number is just climbing. The market is voting with its code.
So what does all this mean for you as a developer? This is your chance to completely level up your business. You can now solve the single biggest problem for online stores. You immediately stand out from a sea of other developers. You'll build an elite portfolio of sites that are proven to be faster than the competition. And because of that, you can command higher rates because you're not just building websites anymore, you're building high-performance sales engines.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. For years, a score of 60 or 70 was considered good enough. But the game has changed. Now that we know a perfect 100 isn't some fantasy, but a totally achievable reality, can we, in good conscience, ever go back? Is building a slow online store even an option anymore?